Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio Podcast, bringing you the SummerSlam prediction show. How are you guys doing? Joining with me this evening, Chucks, Beans, and Will.
Hello.
It's been a while, so I kind of got my questions out of order there. How you doing?
I'm good. Someone just opened up a can then, didn't they, just because we were talking?
It sounded like it. Yeah, it was not me.
I did. It was a cold one.
I just got a new one here. Hold on. There we go. There we are. It's a red cream soda. Just wondering. Oh, yep, there we are.
What the hell?
That was quite impressive. Even I thought that sounded.
A loud one.
That sounded like an audio whoop-ass there.
Certainly did.
Oh, mine's been whooped.
Warped?
Whooped.
Oh, whooped. Oh, okay.
It's an audio warp ass. Why would I say warped?
You never know.
I mean, maybe. I can't actually see it. Never know. It might have been. We've got Beans with us today.
Yeah, Beans is here.
Imagine.
Hey, hang on a minute. I was here last time you did a show.
That's true.
Yeah, but when was that? That was a long time ago.
It was
like 2 weeks ago.
It was 3 weeks ago.
And I was here for the one before that.
Was I here?
I think
yes.
I was here. Was I here?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I feel like it's been longer than that since I talked to you.
Maybe on the Twitter gimmick, but on here
maybe
it's been like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, but I could have sworn that Beans was. Anyway, we've got Beans here. That's a
Hello.
good thing anyway. I'm not trying to suggest that you're never here anymore. I'm just happy that you're here. Is that all right?
All right.
Want to fight about it?
Oh God.
I'm happy to see you. What's the problem?
Jeez.
All right.
I'm getting a bit scared now.
There's nothing to get scared about. I just want to give you a big hug because I haven't seen you for so long. What the hell?
You mean
Why's
a
everyone
bear
been
hug?
making it weird?
Okay, Bailey.
Yeah.
I was thinking more Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's hug it out.
No, I
I'll
was
be Daniel
thinking when he
Bryan
was
to your
on,
king.
when he was on commentary that time.
Which time was that? What did he say?
When he was obsessed about him putting the bear hug on, and then he did it, and then he lost his mind. Amazing.
Oh yeah, on Saturday Morning Slam or whatever.
Yeah.
They need to put those on the network so that we can relive that moment where he was going ape shit on commentary.
What's
That plan? You don't see many bear hugs, but that was so perfect. I felt like he must have planned it.
Yeah, had to be. I don't know. SummerSlam's tomorrow, and we've got NXT Takeover.
And Daniel Bryan is not booked on it.
Is he really? Yeah, he's not. Wow.
Give him the kickoff show.
Neither is Roman Reigns, apparently.
No,
they'll end up
they were
facing
supposed
each
to. They were supposed to be working each other.
Yeah, supposedly that was the rumored thing, is that Bryan was the. Well, I guess it's come to fruition that Bryan and Rowan were the assailants to Roman Reigns from a couple weeks ago with the forklift, and then the car attack in the parking lot.
We haven't been able to talk about those yet.
No, we haven't, and how terrible those segments were.
I love them for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, same here. We could briefly talk about it if you want to do that, or get into the prediction game right now if you'd like. I have the music queued up, racked up to.
Well, I guess it makes sense to go through the week first, right?
Sure, yeah.
I saw Raw, but not SmackDown. Did anything happen on SmackDown that I missed?
I saw both after neglecting SmackDown last week.
Yeah.
Well,
it was SmackDown when everything fell on Roman, right?
Yeah, the first time round.
Yeah, the first time.
Yeah, that was the one I missed. Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
The one where they had 15 cameras set up for someone to walk down a corridor.
Oh my god!
Right,
yeah.
for the first time ever, they started an interview with the guy like 100 meters down the hallway.
Yeah.
and he had to walk and walk and walk up, and then everything fell on him, and he was trapped under it, but then he wasn't, and there was a camera on the floor. I guess the cameraman just panicked and threw it down, and it caught some feet very casually walking, just clop clop clop.
And the
Not running.
interviewer as well, like sounded like
Braxton.
she was auditioning for Psycho.
Yeah. Roman, oh my God, look out!
He's dead. Oh wait, no, it didn't touch him.
Yeah, and then he was just fine.
And then he walked off, going, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm
Yeah,
fine."
no,
I'm
I'm
thinking,
alright.
and I'm thinking, are we gonna get like some bizarre Shawn Michaels concussion angle, like where he walks down the corridor and then collapses or something?
He said like it didn't get me, and we saw, and like you said, like 15 camera angles of him lying under the rubble.
Yeah, but because it landed on the boxes, it never
Well, I mean,
like
it must have
crushed
hit
him.
him. He fell over.
Well, no, if you watch it, he actually falls backwards just as it's coming towards him, and
So
he does
He was very lucky that it landed on whatever it was that was behind him.
pretty much.
Just like when Lesnar pulled down the set onto Kane, right? Onto Kane, was it Kane and Braun Strowman? And it landed on a wall behind them, so they were okay.
Yeah.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
And then a car ran into him. Then we had an ad break, and then when we came back, neither of the cars were damaged at all. That's a bit weird.
I never noticed that.
Really? I was looking for it. I was like, surely there should be a scratch or something, because this is the toughest car I've ever seen. I need to get one.
And they also like destroyed Samoa Joe's hard man image by all of a sudden caring about Roman Reigns.
Right?
And Roman not following his advice, so he was buried for caring
Yeah.
and buried. But like, stay down. He's like, no, I'm
Stay down, man.
It's just like, no, this is how we end every show. Just go, no, I'm all right, man, and walk off.
Never stays down for more than 3 seconds.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it was weird how he like almost took the door off the hinges when he was getting to Roman.
Yeah.
He kept opening it.
Yeah.
It's like there's
Why are
nothing wrong
you
with the
damaging
door.
this car?
It's open, man. It's open.
The car was fine until Joe got there.
Yeah, and this kind of going back to the forklift scene and whatnot, it kind of prompted Caleb Braxton, the interviewer, to go on Twitter and kind of take a shot at people complaining about the segment, saying, throw it up on the screen here, saying, "Ever start a movie and quickly realize how bad it is, but finish it anyway? I just did that, but here's what I won't do: call the movie out, because I hate to insult people on something they created when I have zero knowledge on skill on movie making. Some of you should take a note." Which,
No. You're allowed to not like something.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's called.
Sometimes people who are much more experienced and qualified than you get things wrong.
Yeah, it's called criticism.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be constructive.
And sometimes it's just for funsies, but whatever.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I going back to the forklift thing real quick. Yeah, I didn't like the 40 camera cuts in like a nanosecond of it looked like there was an angle from like the boxes falling onto Roman itself as well.
Yeah, there was a camera on the top of the boxes, yeah.
Mhm.
I did like Samoa Joe pointing that out on Raw, though.
Yeah.
That's
There's more cameras than like a, I don't remember the word he chose, but it was something about a state.
Right.
Yeah, it was
A dystopian state.
dystopian state. Yeah, yeah.
And it couldn't catch the one who was actually apparently pushing the shelves over.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was another thing, is how he was supposedly like protesting the show and like gonna shut it down at the beginning and whatnot, and yet like Becky Lynch comes out and then and Charlotte comes out and they have like a match or whatever. Moments after he said that, which made zero sense.
Well, he can't do anything, can he? He can't stop women doing stuff. He can't attack women. It's like the one flaw in his plan is that
Got me there.
women's shows. Oh, god damn it! The show will go on.
Checkmate, I guess.
I'll have to wait till later.
So yeah, let's take a quick peek here. Yeah, that was the. So right now Roman doesn't have a match formally booked on the show. This past
Probably
SmackDown.
for the best. He must be
This
concussed
past
or something.
Yeah, this past Tuesday on SmackDown, he confronted not Charlie Murphy, Buddy Murphy. two very different characters. Buddy Murphy
Who's
from
Charlie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy's brother
Oh, right.
from the Chappelle Show. Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, we didn't get the Chappelle show here.
I'm sorry. It was a good time back then.
Charles Quentin Murphy.
Yeah. Buddy Murphy just basically squealed to Roman Reigns that it was like Bryan and Rowan being the culprits. So
I see.
that was pretty much the main takeaway on SmackDown.
Oh, he died.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't even know he was alive, and I'm sad now. He died.
Yeah. Like a few years back, yeah.
Oh.
I've lost my train of thought because of that now. Sorry. Great. Yeah, going back to sorry, we're going all over the place here.
We really are.
Roman, when he had that sit-down interview with Kayla, why didn't he just say who he was going to face at SummerSlam right then and there? Or even when the forklift incident, why didn't he just shout out like, "I'm going to face so and so"?
Well, as the scaffolding was falling on him.
No, when he got up and just casually walked away.
Well, he had a major
As he walks down the
concussion.
thing and the thing falls on. It's gonna be Samoa Joe.
Either or, when it was falling on him, or like when he got up and casually walked off,
Yeah.
just shout it out, like just like World Star it or whatever. The other thing I want to talk about, the 24/7 title, which was another thing I think
Oh, wow.
we want to bring up, and how Maria won it from her husband. Who's, I cannot. Mike Kanellis.
Mike Bennett. Yeah.
Mike Bennett. Yeah, sorry. I could not think of his name for some reason. I was trying to say Mike Bennett, and I was like, no, that's not right. That's not right. Basically won it off of Mike, and then went to the OBGYN, which was supposed to be scheduled on a Thursday, yet the following Monday had a segment where they dressed up like some room backstage to make it look like it was a doctor's office, and Mike re-won it from her and then lost it to R-Truth, who distracted Mike by giving birth to a fake baby and tossed it in the air. And then got the roll up 1, 2, 3. And then there was apparently in present time right now, as we talk about, Drake Maverick tried to win it off of R-Truth, but was thwarted by Titus O'Neil. And I only know of this because they posted it to WWE's Instagram story time frame thing that's like Snapchat or whatever. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up. I hated this segment, by the way. I think this was probably the worst segment that they've done with the 24/7 title that they've ever done in the history of the championship.
Yeah.
I don't know how you.
I kind of liked him pinning her while she was being examined or whatever.
Yeah.
She was just lying there, and he like hugged her and won it. That was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was all right until
that's it.
Until he was distracted by a fake baby.
Yeah.
He got snitsky basically.
Because it's.
It wasn't his fault. And then we had Seth Rollins coming out and getting his ass kicked to Brock Lesnar on Raw, which made 0 sense. And it just seemed like a waste of everybody's time. And I like,
oh my god!
I like how when they went to commercial, Brock was leaving the ring and he just kind of like shoot him away. He's like, "I'm done with you," and then that was it.
And what was Seth going on about? Sometimes you got to wonder if it's all worth it.
I don't understand.
But for me, it is. All right. Okay, then.
I guarantee that I'm going to beat Brock Lesnar, and then just limped away.
Really quiet and.
Yeah.
I don't
Can I
know. There's
just
something
say,
about this
though,
one that
when Seth came out, I just felt like screaming at him.
And anything specific that you wanted to scream at him?
Just because of how horrendous he
Burn it
looks,
down.
limping out. Like,
Yeah.
like it's a week later, you come out, you look like a kid being told to act like a zombie.
And also, like, what are you doing? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be the hero thing, innit? And
But
Well,
it just
no.
makes him look like an idiot.
Yeah.
It makes me like him less.
Yeah.
you're supposed to admire his heart and courage, which would be all right if it didn't look so goddamn corny because he just came out like, I don't know, he just what are you doing?
I don't know. I agree.
If you care about, I guess, the belt or the company or whatever it is enough to have your ass kicked like that and keep getting it kicked again, then surely you care enough to do the responsible thing and be like a professional athlete and like wait until you're healed and get cleared and do it the right way. Like now he's worse off than he was before.
Right.
To do the thing that he cares the most about doing. He's an idiot.
I don't know why I'm getting worked up over what happened on Raw because he's going to come out on SummerSlam tomorrow looking like the fucking Yeti.
Brock Lesnar versus Colin Delaney.
Also, like, I don't ever need to hear anyone say that this is all I have, this is all I am, like Seth Rollins did.
Especially when AEW is like right around the corner.
Like, it's the most boring thing that you could be. What kind of a character is that? That I love this company that is really dull and I don't really like it very much. This is all I've got.
I've got no choice.
Just spent 3 months building up that you've got a girlfriend. That's like everything. You are her man.
Yeah.
And this job is all you've got? How does she feel about that?
Yeah, but if you look at what Rollins,
your job, like,
if you looked at what Rollins said on Twitter when he was arguing with, oh God, why can't I think of his name? Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay.
I was gonna say Mike Bennett. Okay.
That does suggest that is his actual character in life.
Yeah.
And that's even worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't see any of wrestling's biggest characters ever saying that wrestling is all they have. Like, Ric Flair had a lot of other stuff going on in his life.
Yeah, Space Mountain.
He was Space Mountain. That was his thing. That's fine. You know, Dusty Rhodes used to dine with kings and queens in there. You know? Steve Austin used to drink a lot, and let's not talk about the rest of what he used to do. But
I was just gonna say, used to.
That's true. That's true. He's got
I
his
don't
own.
think he stopped.
Thousand Abuse is finished.
He's got his own IPA out, so I don't think he's stopped drinking or anything.
No, but he has wrestling, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Surely you've got something. Surely you enjoy doing something other than going to work.
Maybe to him,
He
that's all he's
likes
got.
playing. He likes playing Madden on his Xbox and giving his breakfast to his little Chihuahua dog.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's kind of lame too.
Wow, buried. Oh, man.
I was just going to say, fucking hell, you've done a better build-up for a match with Seth Rollins yourself, here.
Yeah. Seth Rollins versus the world.
Yeah, I would just like for characters to have characters, not just wrestler guy.
This is all I've got.
This is all I've got. I wrestle. I don't know why I'm supposed to care about you more than anyone else who wrestles. Then
We're going to say all you've got is you wrestle. That also sounds like the motto of Brock Lesnar. Seeing as all he ever does is come out and either beat people up or wrestle.
Yeah.
but you know that he's got other stuff going on. Like, that's his whole character now, is that he only goes to work when there's a lot of money in it for him. Otherwise, he's got his own life. He doesn't really care about it. He goes there and he wins because he's a badass. and he's the bad guy. I don't get this.
Yeah.
Surely he's the cool guy. He's bigger than the company, and even without breaking a sweat, without caring about it, he's better than everyone.
Without breaking a sweat does not apply with Brock Lesnar.
That's
That man wakes up and he is a sweating mess.
yeah, that's fair. Bad phrase.
Going through Raw a little bit more here. Viking Raiders defeated a couple more jobbers. What are they doing with the Viking Raiders here? Besides, like, setting them up each and every week for a match, and then they stand in front of, like, ominous red light backstage somewhere.
Then we go to an ad break.
They go to the ad break, and then the match happens, and it lasts less than, like, a minute. Like,
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
seems like a
That's
waste.
the life of a Viking Raider.
Yeah, apparently. And then Drew McIntyre was supposed to be going up against Cedric Alexander, but the match never happened because the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, attacked Kurt Angle, who's the special guest referee without his shirt tucked in. I'd like to point that out. That's probably my reason why. That's going to be my assumption that the Fiend attacked him, was that Kurt Angle's shirt was unkempt.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because Funhouse Bray does look pretty kempt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very true.
it's true.
United
I hadn't
States-
thought of that.
United States and Raw Tag Team Champions, the OC, defeated SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the New Day and Ricochet. The original, the only club that matters, the OC. I hate
That was their thing
hate
this
that.
week, that they have to keep saying that.
I hate
Yeah.
that lower thirds. I hate that little fucking animated lower thirds. It's too fucking wordy. I hate it.
Yeah. They didn't say The Fiend so much this week, but they did have to get that one in. The only club that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, we went over the Roman Reigns stuff. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeated the Iconics, the Kabuki Warriors, and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions in a Fatal 4-Way Elimination match.
That reminds me, I was keeping track, as I do, of the wild cards.
Oh boy.
And on Raw, remember we're supposed to have 4 wild cards?
3.
Yeah.
3, but sure. The extra
Well, no,
fourth one.
it was going to be 3, wasn't it? And then
Yeah.
Lars Sullivan showed up, so they just said, okay, it's 4. So now it's always been 4. So we had Charlotte Flair, we had Andrade and Zelina Vega, who I
Two.
guess count as 1, but
Yep,
you know,
so
whatever.
we'll count that as 2.
The New Day, so that
3.
was 2, but I guess we'll count that as 3. The Kabuki Warriors,
4.
so another 3, in fact, which we'll count as 4. Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville,
5.
and Dolph Ziggler.
6.
So that's 6 wild cards that are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people.
Jesus Christ. They got to start clamping down if they want this brand thing to stick. Like, that's especially with the move to Fox this fall in October. Like, you gotta keep the talent separated if this is gonna work at all.
That is the rumor.
Yeah.
Apparently, when they go to Fox,
Yeah.
it is going to be totally set in stone. The rosters will be separate.
Wait, did I? I didn't have Roman in there, did I?
No. So
No,
7.
Was he on Raw? He
Yeah.
was, wasn't he? Because
Yeah,
he got run
he-
over.
he was in the
God
party.
Yeah,
damn it.
well,
7.
Okay, well, Roman Reigns as well then.
he wouldn't stay down, remember?
Stay down, Roman. God damn it.
There you go.
Yeah, going back to the whatchamacallit here, the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match. The Kabuki Warriors, I think, were in line for like a tag team title shot of some kind. I don't know if this was what they had in mind, but the Iconics were the first one eliminated, which guaranteed, that you would have new champions afterwards. But during the match, when they went to commercial, they had what was it? What's her name? I'm spacing out on names right now. I'm so sorry.
Can you describe who you're talking about?
Hold on.
Should we just start naming them?
It's gonna be Mandy Rose or Sonya Deville or.
It was, I think, Billy Kay that
one of the
was
other ones.
on the outside swinging her arms at the referee, at the air, basically, when they were in commercial. Basically arguing with the ref here. Let me see if I can throw it up on the stream here. Nope. Don't play the audio. Please don't play the audio. Thank you. Here we go, yeah. This was during the break, yeah. For whatever reason, they should have aired this. Would have been hilarious, but yeah, they were arguing with the ref on the 3 count, and then I guess this was to build time so that the match could be quote unquote restarted after the commercial break. But there you go.
What is she doing?
Punching at the air. That's what she's doing.
She looks like a character select screen.
Yeah, kinda. Huh. But yeah, that happened. So I don't know how you guys feel with any of that, but there you go.
I feel great about it.
And then quickly, on the SmackDown side, Trish Stratus and Charlotte Flair exchange shocking words before SummerSlam. They weren't that shocking. That's me.
Am I the only one that thinks Trish Stratus is struggling to talk?
I don't know.
She wasn't great on. It was Raw that had the King's Court. Yeah, she wasn't great on it.
No, I mean
this
just in general, because I don't know what she's had done with her teeth. It sounds awful, but it seems to have obtained a lisp that seems self-inflicted.
Oh my god. I don't notice that, but fair enough.
I noticed it last time. I noticed it last time she was on TV. I can't remember what it was for, but yeah, I don't know. It just seems. It seems like you know that video where they showed Donald Trump talking, where they all had that thing about his teeth were falling out. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit, but obviously not to that scale.
Yeah, nothing about Trish reminds me of Trump.
No, I feel quite.
I can't think of 2 more different people.
ashamed to even say that, to be fair, but
yeah, I think you're kind of grasping at straws, Beans. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They do have one thing in common, though. To be fair, they are both Hall of Famers.
oh,
Yeah, that is true.
Actually, remind us of that. Try to blot that out my head.
So if they, for some reason, they never talk about it. The sitting president is in the Hall of Fame, and we don't hear anything about it.
Yeah. Just quickly, nothing much else happened. Shane McMahon kind of dumped an announce table on Kevin Owens, and then hit him with a chair to the head somewhat.
I heard there was a thing with Owens and Shane where Owens said it's based something along the lines of, it's not fair that I have to quit if I lose. You should also put your career on the line. And Shane said, I'm not an idiot. Why would I do that?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Like that whole thing was a waste of time.
God, now Owens is buried as well.
Aleister Black defeated Sami Zayn. Natalia and Ember
Oh, they
Moon.
just did that?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be...
Yeah, apparently the story was the script for SmackDown was ripped up twice by Vince. And he literally threw the show together as it was on the fly.
Oh my god.
And he decided that they were half an hour short and said, well, instead of having it at SummerSlam, we'll have it now.
Okay.
And they had Aleister Black cut a promo on his little, his creaky backboard or whatever, where he was just saying the same as, "Hey, we're gonna have this match right now," and then they had like a camera on him, like as he was like saying, and just like laying on his back while he was saying it, like from a weird perspective. So.
They find a way to ruin everything, don't they?
Yeah, and then he did the entrance where he creaked onto his feet or whatever. So And then Big E and Xavier Woods defeated New Day, Daniel Bryan, and Rowan via disqualification. And then that's where the segment with Roman Reigns backstage with Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy! Some snitch that Bryan and Rowan were the assailants. So there you go. There's your shows. Now we can get to the.
That was the second time in 2 weeks. SmackDown's been rewritten.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it really is Eric Bischoff's era.
Apparently he's had no input yet as well. He's literally watching for now.
Sounds like WCW to me.
I can't see Fox being happy with that happening though.
No.
I can't see him being happy with much that's going on right now.
Especially considering Fox wanted Heyman instead of Bischoff.
Yeah.
As well. Should we get into the...
Let's do it. I feel like I'm all caught up now.
Right, okay.
I know exactly what's going on.
Okay.
Where's Braun Strowman, by the way? Bobby Lashley.
Where's Lacey Evans?
Where's Lacey Evans? Where's Baron Corbin?
Baron
I'm
Corbin.
not complaining, but where's Baron Corbin?
Lacey Evans has been relegated to main event.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. She was on main event though. Lashley's injured. Don't know what's happening, but he's injured.
His spleen, no, it was Strowman's spleen.
Of course, yeah.
All right, well, that's good. I kind of like cycling some guys out, using them with nothing to do. Let's see. So scores: Beans in the lead. Yeah,
I won.
30 points. That's right.
Oh,
I'm gonna have
good.
to catch up.
Although we mentioned Fox very quickly.
Yep.
There's a bit of report going around that apparently NXT is going. It's been going around for a while. NXT is going to FS1. But the new news is that it could be 2 hours and live.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, they really want to go head to head with
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah. So that could be interesting.
Yeah, very. Good luck with that.
Do you think
Sorry.
then they're going to put another, like, what would you call it? Like a developmental back on the network?
Possible.
Evolve.
Maybe the Evolve, yeah, I was going to say.
Evolve, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, there's the quite well in. What's the UK promotion? Is it PCW? There's some promotion that they kind of work quite well with over here. Then again, maybe they might put NXT UK.
NXT UK, yeah. There's also a new WWE network. I haven't actually used it yet, luckily. I will have to. Oh god, I'll have to tonight for a takeover.
It doesn't work on my TV. Bastard.
Yeah. I'm not working on a few things, but I'm guessing it's something to do with this new tier system they want to set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which could also involve Evolve and some other promotions.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they've incorporated like the normal WWE website into the network interface. I think it's
Man, that's
it's kind of shitty, honestly. Because if you try to search for something, chances are you're gonna stumble upon like a WWE.com article. Which here, I'll show you real quick on the stream here. If I were to type in something like here, let's give this a try. AEW. And we get live events for Thursday, April 23rd, 2009.
not on the network.
Yeah, not on the network. And then it's like, in the United States, an AEW live event will take place at the Kokomo Skate World and Fun Center in Kokomo, Indiana, I guess, is what that's supposed to be. There you go.
So what was AEW in 09 then?
I don't know.
Don't know. Wow.
That's kind of interesting.
Ah.
Was that back-
live event?
Was that back when they kind of thought they were a dead sheet?
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? They wanted like industry news. They had a whole industry news section on the site.
Yeah.
Everyone was amazed because they like the ROH stories, like
Yeah.
ROH and WWE.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically what happens now if you like search anything on the network.
The new app on the iPad's quite good. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah. There's
That's
also
the only thing.
sorry. There's also some content that's not there anymore. Like, it's either like it's not marquee matches, but it's like hidden gems. I believe was the name for them. Like, some of the stuff they have uploaded in the past is not there, so hopefully either it got lost in the shuffle or what. But some of the content is not there anymore as of right now.
I can bring that back. There's some good stuff in that.
Some of the older formats, like my TV's too old apparently, so it doesn't work anymore. I think the PS3 is now not working anymore.
Oh wow.
There's a couple of others, some of the older Android phones, things like that. They did put a list out a couple of months back of what devices wouldn't work anymore.
I guess they weren't driving vans away quick enough then, so it really forced them out.
Also, it's currently raining, so if you hear any thunder, that's in the background. If the stream goes down, then we'll try to get this uploaded as soon as possible. So, or tune into Twitter to see who predicted what. So, just an FYI, just in case.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's get to it. Finally. Whew.
Okay.
It's an important one.
Yep.
It's an important one. Beans is taken over. I need some good predictions this week.
I've taken over on the night of Takeover.
On the night of Takeover, exactly.
It's alright, Beans won't do very well this week, because you're here.
This is
That's
true.
That's true. He can't cheat.
Wow.
All right, Beans.
Is that your tips there?
That was just a text. Fuck 'em.
So no pre-show announced, or as Vince would want me to say, no kickoff show announced. So I'm going to just assume that the Cruiserweight match is on there and go with that first. We have Cruiserweight Champion Drew Gulak defending against Oni Lorcan.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I barely know who he is. I don't know much about him. I know there was a lot of people taking the piss out of his finger this week.
His finger?
On Twitter, there's a picture going around on Twitter, and he's got an abnormally long finger.
Oh, really? Weird.
So we were getting.
He does have quite a long finger, actually.
I need to see evidence of this.
I was. Well, if you go to his wiki profile, his picture is of him holding his finger up, and it's pretty long.
Uh,
There we go. There's,
Start up on the stream.
holy shit!
Yeah, that's kind of a long
He's
finger.
got like 2 knuckles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
weird.
I mean that's normal to have 2 knuckles, but
Well, you know what I mean, like.
Oh, whoa.
that was the photo everyone was taking the piss out of.
Oh my god. He kind of looks like Neville, but with like a really long finger.
it's the only way to tell them apart.
Sorry, the one on the tweet looks like someone's like grabbed it, dislocated his
Like
finger.
It's like he's looking at it as if he doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna get me in a minute.
To be fair to him, he did kind of join in with the abuse. With the next tweet. I'm just...
Like the fucking Terminator. Oh god. The finishing move should be a wet willy. Finger comes out the other ear.
Oh god, picture of a finger.
Oh damn. I was predicting him to lose, but now I really want him to win.
God.
Because of his massive finger.
Reply here from Oxton Fitzcock saying, I need a prostate exam from you.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
He'll
that's
be
right.
fucked when he wants to buy a pair of gloves.
Which fits like a glove doesn't work with.
Can I just ask, is it just that one finger? Because it'd be even more bizarre if it was just that one finger and he held his hands up.
One of them. Oh god.
Damn, I'm so watching the pre-show. I'm going to pick Drew Gulak because he'll snap that finger.
Yeah. All right, Gulak. And I can see from the stream that Smoot is also predicting Gulak. Even though he has gone silent.
I think he's having weather issues.
Oh, no. He says it's massively hailing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. It's really bad right now.
Oh my god.
Get in a bunker! It sounds like you're doing it in a fucking tin can.
Remember when William Regal used to say "All hail King Booker"? That's like "All hail" is King Booker.
Oh my god! I'm worried about whether Smoot's actually alive right now.
Yeah, we're still good for right now.
You sound like a weather reporter.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh.
That's bad.
I am never moaning about Hailstone here anymore.
No? Yeah.
Oh god.
Will, what have you got? Have you, Gulak or Oni-chan?
Gulak, yeah.
Gulak's all round. Champ to retain. So,
Can I go order a drinks? 4 Gulaks, please.
4 Gulaks. Ooh, here we go. I think this is going to be another one where we all agree. The debut of the Fiend Bray Wyatt taking on the regular, I guess, Finn Balor. It's not time for the demon yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously got to be Bray Wyatt, but it does make you wonder whether will the match actually even start, or will he just like murder him?
Maybe that's right. PG-14, TV-14.
Oh yeah, I've got some information on that actually. We'll have to go through that.
Yeah, someone needs to explain this to me because this is
I
quite
will.
major if it's what I'm thinking it is.
I've actually gone in depth with this. I will give you some scoops. Yeah, Wyatt for me too. The real question, I guess, is anyone going to go for that the match gets thrown out?
No, I'm still going to say the Fiend because I think they'll want to keep him looking strong, even though. I mean, there's a chance of it, but there's more chance of him just winning, I think.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Sorry, I think it's letting up now. I think most of it's the bad.
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you're inside a washing machine.
Kinda.
Yeah. You weren't wrong by saying I was in a tin can, by the way.
Right.
That's basically what I'm in.
Oh, right. That doesn't sound like it's good for your health.
No. Keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll try to get, like, if I can, I'll try to rush out and get, like, a hailstone to show you how big the things are. The hailstones.
Oh, that definitely needs to go on the stream.
Alright, 1 sec.
Yeah.
1 sec.
Will, you're going for Wyatt too?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fun so far. We're all doing the same things. Where's this hailstone?
I'd give him some time. He's probably being murdered by Hailstone right now.
We'll find like a baseball glove first and she catch the thing. Right, let's do, while we're waiting, Trish versus Charlotte.
This has got to be like a passing of the torch kind of thing, hasn't it?
I'd have thought so.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah, I'll go Charlotte.
Yeah, same for me.
If this is any other time than SummerSlam, maybe Trish could win and then they set up the rematch for Charlotte to win at a big show like SummerSlam, but I guess it's just a one and done. So, yeah, looks like Smoot's Charlotte as well. So we've rematches. We're all agreed. Oh, good. Right, hopefully... Oh, God, no. Actually, looks like it's going to be 4 for 4. The other legend returning, Goldberg, is taking on Dolph Ziggler. Anyone want to...
Oh, God. Will Dolph come out for the match as HBK?
It's gotta be Goldberg, eh?
It's gotta be Goldberg.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And from the stream, Smoot, yeah, also Goldberg. Okay, and actually, I think we're probably all going the same way on this one too. If Shane McMahon beats Kevin Owens has to quit WWE. That kind of says it all, I think. Is Owens going to quit?
Owens isn't going to quit, but he could get fired.
He says he has to quit. Doesn't say for how long.
Hmm.
So you think this is just a way to get him back onto Raw again?
Maybe.
No, I think
Jumped
this...
so many times.
Yeah. I can see this carrying on for a bit longer. Owens wins for me.
Yeah.
Owens to win it.
It's part of me thinking that, you know, like Austin McMahon kind of thing, that Shane could get a small victory on this one and it all goes wrong for him somehow, but I don't think that they're invested to go that kind of distance with it, so I'd say Owens.
I'll go Shane.
Yay, our first different prediction. It's one of Smoot's out of left field predictions. I like it. Shane goddamn McMahon. We're down to the title matches. We got the top half of the card, 5 matches, 5 belts. So let's start with AJ Styles and Ricochet for the US title.
I think Styles retains.
Styles to retain.
The only club that matters.
I'm just thinking because the title's switched around like nearly every pay-per-view recently, hasn't it?
They've changed it quite a bit, yeah.
And I just think that, I mean, it could, I don't know, it could be like a DQ thing if club just like get involved. I don't know.
I would say Styles anyway.
Yeah, this belt gets traded quite a lot. Other than Nakamura, there hasn't been a reign over 100 days since Roman Reigns in 2016.
Jesus.
3 years ago. Yeah.
Well, I know, like, in the last, probably about 6 weeks, it's been Mysterio, Samoa Joe, Ricochet, Styles.
Well, and Ray held it for 2 weeks, so it was Samoa Joe before that, yeah. Yeah, you're right. AJ's had it now 4 weeks tomorrow since Extreme Rules. And, I've got him retaining as well. Will said Styles, Bean said Styles, I'm saying Styles, and Smoot says Styles. So we're back to agreeing. This is gonna suck. This is the worst prediction game we've ever. I really hope we start disagreeing. women's matches. Raw women's title. Becky Lynch defending against Natalya in Canada. Does that mean anything?
Not for me. Becky wins.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Becky. I also think Becky retains.
I think they did a handshake thing afterwards.
I'll go Natty.
Oh, nice. The handshake thing afterwards. I don't know that Becky Lynch is much of a handshaker these days.
No. I can see him. Oh, well, let's put it this way: a nod, like that nod of approval that you give.
Acknowledgement.
Yeah, when you're walking out, like she'll look back at her or something and like give a nod as if to say, "Yeah, that was a close one."
Nah.
And then, no doubt, Natty would end up sitting in the ring crying.
I could see that bit.
Yeah, no matter what happens, she'll end up crying.
Win or lose. All right, Smoot's gone the different one again. That's good. Let's hope someone here. This could actually. Is Ember Moon going to beat Bayley? Someone, come on. Someone's got to go for it.
Are you going for it?
No.
I might.
I really hope she wins, but no.
It's just one of them things where it's the same as the Natalya match. You just feel like it's something that they're just thrown together where you don't feel like there's any kind of momentum behind either of them. So you can only imagine Bayley retains, really.
Pretty much. Natalya's got the shot because it's in Canada. That's it.
I'll go Bayley.
Okay, Smoot Bayley. Beans is Bayley, right?
Yeah.
And Will?
I'd probably Bayley.
Damn it. This really sucks. I have to just change to Ember Moon just for fun, I think. You know what? I'm going to do it. I think I'm costing myself, but I think next week's show is going to really suck if I don't do something here. Ember. There it is. Ember Moon.
When you're thinking, though, it's just one of them cards, yo. It's one of them where everything looks fairly predictable, but if it's done well, then...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, it's TV 14.
Yeah.
Which suggests that something fairly major and edgy could happen, I suppose. But, like you say, you got Brock Lesnar in the main event, so...
That's probably where it's going to happen.
I don't think it will. I think it's the edgy. If you're going to see something big and edgy, like you say, I think it'll be to do with Reigns.
Yeah.
Oh,
True.
God. He's going to get, like, his legs amputated, isn't he?
I can see some sort of stunts involving him.
That's true. They could do more of that.
If he sees, like, 15 cameras around him while he walks down a corridor, he just needs to stop.
Kofi Kingston defending the WWE title against Randy Orton.
It's got to be Kofi.
It's got to be Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi for me.
And it's one of them, innit, where obviously the story goes back to when he first had his first push and
10 years
included the video of him shouting stupid at him.
That was cool.
Yeah, and they've done really well to build it up, and it's like a redemption thing for Kofi, so he's got to win it, surely.
Yeah, unless they want to go further with it, I guess. Yeah, Kofi for me too. And Smoot is also. All right, we're nearly there. Just one more to go. And someone I hope is going to surprise with A different prediction.
Don't think you're gonna get it.
I don't think we're gonna get it. Seth Rollins has vowed to beat Brock Lesnar. Is it gonna happen?
Oh,
Nope.
I'm not saying no.
Lesnar for Will.
Not this time.
Seth's an idiot, so I'm gonna go with Lesnar.
Sound.
I'm also going with Lesnar then.
I'm gonna go Rollins,
Oh.
which I think's stupid, but
There it is.
I kind of want to change one, but I don't know which one I want to change. Because I'm kind of with Chuck. So like, you kind of have to spice it up a little bit here, considering how much we've agreed on all of them.
Well, yours are more spicy than ours at the moment.
I guess that's
this
true.
is very
yeah.
true.
Natalia and
I was just going to say,
Shane.
when you said you were going to change one, I thought, what, to one what we've already done?
Exactly.
Also, I think the Shane Owens match is going to be the one that has the cage, because apparently it's been reported that there's a tarp hanging above the ring, a square tarp to conceal what looks like a steel cage.
Oh, no,
Smart
that's
to
just
know.
for Brock to wrap Seth's body in. as he throws him into the crowd as a carcass.
Could be a Punjabi prison.
Oh, God.
I want.
And there's a shot of it on the stream there. That looks like pretty ominous, just to see a square
That
tarped box.
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
cage?
It does
is, I
look
was
like
gonna
a
say, it looks too
cage,
big,
yeah.
It's like a skull,
Yeah.
but there's no roof on it. Yeah, that's a cage.
I don't know whether maybe they would. I don't know whether they'd put it up already, whether they're not, with them having a show tonight. Would they not just put that up tomorrow?
Oh, but they're doing one tonight.
NXT now.
Oh, in the same place.
I assume it is, yeah.
Yeah, and isn't Raw and SmackDown the
That's
same
right,
as
yeah.
well?
They always do the same, don't they?
So it could
In
be
the
just some
Scotia Bank Arena. Yeah, it is the same. So
They've got a cage match on Raw, and they just can't be arsed waiting until Monday to put it up there. Get it all
Oh,
done in one go.
okay, well that's the thing then. It is for tonight. Because the Cole Gargano match is a 2 out of 3 falls. It's a 3 stages of hell, basically.
I've just turned it on and the ring has got no LED on it, so it must be for tonight.
Yeah.
Just the
So,
cage can't fit around the new things, can it?
so they're
Oh,
doing a
spoilers. It's
Match.
like when Kane's coming back and you see the pyro on the ring post.
True. They're doing a 3-fall match where it's a singles, a street fight, and then it would be if there is a third. I mean, imagine if there wasn't. It'll be a barbed wire steel cage match.
Alright, okay.
That's what that is.
Interesting.
So, tell me about this TV14 business.
Before the show, before we went live, Will informed us that there's rumors that that SummerSlam's going to be TV14, not TVPG.
Yeah. These are coming.
Rumors, or it's confirmed?
Rumors.
Oh, shit.
Coming from, I don't know how credible this guy is. I've seen reports from him before. Brad Shepherd. I don't know what site he works for or what his sources are, but basically I got this from Wrestling News Source. This, yeah. No.
It's always funny.
Basically he's saying According to a source in WWE, the reason SummerSlam was advertised at TV14 because the show is going to get violent.
Oh,
I'm told there will be blood and also something big is planned for the Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns segment.
cool.
So, again, it is only a report, but you never know.
So, with that said, I looked up what exactly that means. The difference between PG and 14. So, according to tvguidelines.org, there are 4 categories, at least 4, that these things are measured on, which is dialogue, language, which I think are the same things, but whatever. Dialogue, language, sex stuff, I guess, and violence. So when it comes to
Sorry,
What?
I don't know why that really too. Sex stuff.
Sound like me dad's sex stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mean to
What was
interrupt here, but here, I got some of the hail from outside. Here, hold on.
Oh wait, here we go.
Here, throw it up
Live hail.
Yep, there you go. There's a somewhat of the size, a little bit less than the size of a quarter.
What the hell?
It's,
Hailing coins.
I know. I put the coins there for scale. For
You're
scale.
rich.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what was thumping on the roof that you heard briefly.
That's
Oh.
brutal.
God.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt one of them.
Your finger isn't as long as only Lorcan's.
My fingernail is, but yeah.
It's
No
not saying
one's
much.
finger is
No
as
one's-
big as Oni Lawson's.
Don't feel bad about it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's some big hail.
Yeah, thank you. Get that out of the way.
We'll have more weather next week.
Yeah, next week we bring out the sun. So the difference. So dialogue. Let's start with dialogue. TV PG is allowed some suggestive dialogue.
Tater
TV
tot.
14, yeah, it's like that kind of thing, suggestive of potatoes. TV 14 is allowed intensely suggestive dialogue.
No.
Intensely.
Vagina.
Ah! Yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe,
Fanny.
tots versus grapefruit.
Oh no!
What has the show come to? What rating do we have? It's getting TVMA up in here. PG is allowed infrequent coarse language. 14 is allowed strong coarse language.
Okay.
There you go. PG is allowed some sexual situations. 14 is allowed intense sexual situations.
Jesus.
That sounds like some dodgy person trying to get away with rape. Intense.
I don't know what's going to happen at SummerSlam. You could be looking at that kind of thing. I don't know.
Is
PG
that
is
suitable
allowed.
for a 14-year-old?
Apparently it is. Apparently it is.
So we better keep Corey Graves away from Mandy Rose tomorrow night.
It's about to get intense. And
Shut up, Cole. I'm allowed. It's 14.
God damn it. It's more of a Tom Phillips thing. Remember that tweet from a couple of years
Oh,
ago?
God.
That got pretty intense. TV PG is allowed moderate violence, and TV 14 is allowed intense violence.
Oh, God.
Again. Similarly, Wikipedia has a few different things, and I've tried to compare and contrast. Both are listed as inappropriate language, so that's, level playing field. Wiki says PG is allowed suggestive dialogue, 14 is allowed moderate suggestive themes or dialogue. So actually that seems milder somehow. Moderate suggestive versus suggestive. Moderate violence or strong violence, including blood and gore. So that's similar. It also, for some reason, the Wiki PG guideline says it's allowed very little sexual content. No sexual content listed for TV-14 at all.
I watched Drake Maverick with hardly any clothes on the other week.
That's true. Yeah, that's probably what it is. His Drake Maverick's very little sexual content is fine.
He's like got a storyline where he's trying to shag his wife, for God's sake.
Oh, no, I meant physically. He has a very little sexual content.
Oh, sorry.
Never mind. We'll get to it because he's got that.
I got it.
Speaking of which, it also includes just on the TV-14 side, crude humor. And
oh God, Triple H is going to come out and make dick jokes, isn't he?
Probably. And drug and alcohol use. So who knows? Maybe Steve Austin's coming back. So that's what you're getting.
Maybe they just want to make the intense comments about the Usos. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, and apparently they're not allowed in Canada now.
Really?
What, the Usos?
Yeah.
What, they stop them at the border and say, you drink and drive, go back?
Basically, yeah.
Pretty much,
He's got criminal records, so there, yeah.
All right, fair dues.
That was why, bit more to it than that, but Jeff Hardy was never allowed in the UK.
Yep, that's true. He couldn't travel
a long time. Yeah.
So every year when TNA did their UK tour, they'd have to write him out in really awkward ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm presuming then that this rumor is just suggesting that this is a one-off just for this pay-per-view.
Well, it's not going into detail, but there was a story a couple of months back that they were looking to take it a bit edgier.
Even though Vince said like he were calling AEW for having gory crap or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's just blood and guts. We're not like that. We're a more sophisticated product.
Sophisticated.
Real quick, between if Rowan and Brian does happen on the show, which just as a precaution, who would you have, by the way?
Whoever's still got a heartbeat at the end of it by the sound of this new rating.
I'd go Rowan.
You'd go with Rowan? Okay. I think I would go with Rowan as well. Actually,
no, I'm gonna go Brian.
You know what? I'm gonna go Brian.
I mean, might not. Roman will probably win, and then Brian will, I don't know, shoot him.
Maybe Brian wins, and then he makes that announcement that he's been prolonging.
Maybe he sets a bear trap and he gets caught in it.
Oh my God. Chucks, who would you have, real quick?
If that happens, you'd imagine Reigns would win it, but it seems a bit of a waste just to do it that quickly and have him win. Roman, what the hell? Roman wins.
Okay. There you go, our actual split on a match that may or may not take place.
Nice.
Sorry.
Do you think Brock Lesnar's going to cash in on this show?
He already cashed in.
Did.
Yeah.
I know, I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's alright, no, it's fine. You had me worried for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
Just confused the hell out of everyone.
Already the champion.
Hey, I've been fast forwarding too much.
What do you want to cash in? You want to sell the belt?
He could lose and then cash in and just win it straight back. I've always thought they should do that. There's no reason why the Money in the Bank winner can't just win the belt as well.
What?
It makes sense, doesn't it? If you won the Money in the Bank, you could then also win the Rumble, win the belt, then defend it, lose it, cash in, and win it back in the same night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I don't think WWE would ever script something like that.
Because
I think it'd be quite cool because obviously, you won't see the Money in the Bank contract for that long that you could make it so no one thinks about it properly, and then, like you say,
especially if it's on Lesnar, or you could just cash in on the other guy. There's two champions.
Yeah.
That's true. Is there anything else you guys want to add? Because NXT is in progress right now as we speak. NXT
Progress?
Oh, is it already started?
Not progress. Yeah, it's already started. Apparently, Montez Ford almost did a people's elbow in Canada. I don't know why.
Well, as long as it wasn't a sharpshooter.
Do you think we'll see one of those? I mean,
Oh, God. What, in
it's-
every match?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
They're going to be a screw job.
Yeah.
It's TV 14, innit? Because someone's going to spit in someone's face.
Hawk a loogie, yeah.
And someone's going to write in the air AEW with the finger.
That would be, oh man, that would be something.
Apparently Sasha Banks has posted on Instagram she's not blonde.
What?
And she's apparently in Toronto, whatever that means.
Will she cost
So.
Bailey the title? I kind of want if I can change my pick again.
Yeah,
Go with
I thought she looked good as a natural purple.
Natural purple. Let me see if I can do it.
I could see it where Bailey retains and then Sasha comes out and attacks her or something. I don't know.
Throw it up on the stream.
If it's a new look, then it suggests that it could be, going straight into a heel role or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
There you go. There it is on the stream.
Apparently, oh yeah, that was the fifth, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a bit of a look of Trish to her, actually.
I was
Yeah,
just going
I
to
was gonna
say,
say.
it does, yeah.
I also wanted to say that as well.
It really does.
Apparently, they're going to be cutting back on live events next year as well, which is probably a good thing for everyone.
Yeah.
I know they've cancelled quite a few SmackDown live events recently. They say the official reason is scheduling conflicts, but the ticket sales have been terrible. So that's the real reason why.
They've been getting like under 2,000, haven't they, in
Yeah.
some of these places?
There was an idea that Roman Reigns suggested apparently as well. He put forward the idea of an off season, which is obviously they got told no straight away. But they reckon they're going to have a bit more time off next year. It's going to be running less live events, so less injuries, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of guys at the top end who don't work full house show
There
schedules
is,
anyway.
yeah. Yeah, you're right, actually. They're going to have to change the whole sort of way they do business from October with them doing SmackDown on Fridays.
Yeah.
Cause they've always done, for as long as I remember, they've always done the TV Monday, Tuesday, haven't they? And then they do the live
Yeah.
events.
There was something about that. I can't remember exactly how it is, but they're each going to do 4 days.
Right.
Is it over the weekend? Thursday to Sunday and like whatever it is, Saturday to Tuesday or
Mm.
something. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, there is going to be a change there.
And they've rearranged Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel's coming back in October. Yeah. It was due to be a Friday, but then someone pointed out, hang on, we do SmackDown on Fridays now.
Huh.
So they're doing it on the Thursday, which is going to be a pretty tough schedule for those on the show.
Yeah.
Flying back to SmackDown the next day. So
That can't even be. I mean, you'd have to make that Saudi show like just a Raw event or something, wouldn't you? If they're going to make sure that the rosters are definitely split. You can't have people coming from Saudi Arabia
Or just
going.
don't make it in Saudi Arabia.
Well, speak common sense there, mate.
Thank you.
they're allowed to say Saudi Arabia now.
Oh,
Yeah.
This one won't be in Ground Jewel. This one will be in Riyadh.
Oh god.
It's just going to be live on the WWE Network from Riyadh. You do the geography.
I wonder if they'll do the World Cup again. They did the World Cup this time last year, didn't they?
Well, it's because Shane McMahon's the best in the world. That's it.
Is he not going to be best in the world this time?
No, he is, because he's going to beat Kevin Owens. Make him quit.
He's going to win it again.
Yeah.
Don't even say that. They probably will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. That's why I picked Shane McMahon to win.
So much faith in Shane. He does win a lot, though.
Yeah. He's going to stack the deck against Owens. He's probably going to call for the cage. Bring down Elias, McIntyre, and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not unlikely.
Yeah.
This will all fill you with joy. They said before about the possibility NXT might be going 2 hours and live. Just report also says that Vince McMahon might want more control over NXT if that happens.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Oh well.
Oh no.
Enjoy Takeover, everyone.
All right.
NXT was fun while it lasted.
Exactly. Enjoy it while you can.
Exactly.
Brian Triple H was asked this week, did a conference call, and he was asked, are the plans in place when Vince dies?
God.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. They ask that question just when they make a show, TV 14. He's getting blown up again, isn't he?
Paul, I can't feel my legs.
Oh god.
That has to be 10 years ago now.
That was the last time
Millions.
something fell on top of someone as well.
Yeah. They didn't have quite so many cameras back then.
No, just
Well,
loads of
you.
random pyro.
Is there anything else?
What was his response to when Vince gonna die? Effectively,
He said, like, there's no heir apparent, first of all, because Vince is not stepping away. He'll probably outlive all of us, knowing that his mum's in her late 90s and still running around. So he's got the genes. He'll probably outlive all of us. But yes, there are succession plans in a company this size, you have to.
So there is an heir apparent. I mean, that's what an heir apparent is.
Yeah.
What kind of an answer is that?
I suppose he's right in a way. A corporate company like that, there's got to be plans in place.
Yeah, but they also have to say, because there was something, was it when Trump bought Raw and all the shareholders got really scared and started selling because they thought that Vince wasn't in control anymore?
Yeah.
They have a lot of faith in him to get things right. So they don't want to make out that, they're planning on him not being around.
You might be right, Beans. I think they've always said if he ever... Well, obviously he's going to die.
Wow.
No, I don't
Wow.
know.
He is. It's fact. He's going to die.
Jesus.
Oh my
This
god.
is Vince we're talking about.
TV14.
To be fair, he has already died like 3 times and come back.
It's true.
The only way he'll die is on air, I'm telling you.
No, only Jerry Lawler can do that.
Oh Jesus!
Maybe Ziggler wins by giving Goldberg the Heartstopper elbow drop or whatever.
Oh God! It's all right. All he has to do is do a leapfrog, and Goldberg will crush his skull on the ring post.
Jesus.
TV14 people.
TV14. There you go.
Every match is just going to be a bloodbath and a mistake.
Anything else? God. Can we get out of here?
I think you can.
Alright. We're gonna tune into... Well, I might actually tune into TakeOver. I don't see why not. And I hope you guys will as well. And tomorrow, SummerSlam should be a good one. Or really bland considering how we predicted it. But yeah, do check us out on the YouTube. A whole bunch of archived shows, and we'll hopefully be back next week. We should be back next week. We'll all be here, hopefully. Beans, you'll be here, right? To confuse Chucks again?
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Well, we're out of here. Take care, everybody, and enjoy SummerSlam. See you next week. Good night.
Bye.